All right, welcome back to the Football Amigos show. We are back. We have missed you all. It's me day, of course, and I have our amigo from a Liverpool perspective. Sam, how are you doing tonight?
Very good, very good. Happy to be back.
Yes, yes. We don't have our residential Arsenal fan Ayo today, but don't worry, amigos. He will be back with us in the next content. But season is kicked off. Game one. It's been fun as always. Premier League is a gift that keeps on giving. And yeah, Arsenal beat us 1-0, of course. And it was actually a game that I was looking to see how much changes that Manchester United have gone through, especially over the course of the summer and all of the transfers that they've bought. And of course, transfer window is still open. It was one of those games that, and of course, we'll definitely dive into it. And I have a lot to say, even though I always end here. Trust me. Arsenal amigos, I will definitely give you all the banter, even though you beat us. Whatever, don't care. But we start with Liverpool against Bournemouth. Liverpool played the first Premier League game of the season. They played Friday afternoon, and that game ended 4-2 in favor of Liverpool at Anfield. The scoreline flattered to deceive, to be honest with you, Sam. Just again, just my own opinion here, because Bournemouth played actually really well. Liverpool, they played like a team that knows how to win games, right? When again, like last season, they have the ability under and a slot to change gears, right? If they notice that this game is becoming one of those very very testy and both teams are going at it, they will increase their gear and find those goals one way or another. And you could easily see that between Salah and Chiesa towards the end of the game. Of course, it was an emotional game, obviously because of the passing of Diego Jota and his brother. May the soul rest in peace. You could see it in the players' faces, but life goes on, and of course, they had to play. It was a good game. It was a very good game. It was a very good introduction to Premier League for neutrals. However, Liverpool have holes. I have to be honest. They do. They do, and it's will be very interesting to see who um who who will fill those holes from a player perspective, and what Alex Not can do from a tactical side with what he has. Sam, your thoughts on that game?
You made a very good point. Liverpool does have a hole in the team. There's a lot of positive, but there's a lot more negative in that game. When I did see the entire game, and it was a little pathetic to be honest. I'll start with the positive first. So the first thing that I did notice was we did recover. Yes, we still have the winning spirit and all of those things. Very good. All of our attackers scored, which is good. Gives us very, very high hope. So we also have a lot of newcomers. I think it was good seeing them play together. However, the negatives are just way too much. First half we did really good. Second half, it just felt like we were tired. It felt like we were relaxed. It felt like we had we had it in the bag and we stopped playing. And that's kind of what came back and hurt us. When you look at the two goals, the defense, we were overly committed to the front. So I know with having Fleur Vert, McAllister, and Soboslai, we are definitely going to be attacking focus. However, it's slightly different from what we played last season. We were just way too up front. Van Dijk was not the best when it comes to the goals. Konate was not the best when it comes to the goals. So we really need to learn from that game. We really need to learn. Defensive work needs to be improved. We cannot think every team can be beaten without putting effort. No, that's not Premier League. So it was embarrassing seeing us in the second half. However, we came back, we won the game. We can't continue like that. We cannot continue like that, especially at the beginning of the season. So good to see the new boys contributed towards the goals, towards the victory, but we need to improve in a lot of ways.
And I absolutely agree with you. And speaking about new boys, Hugo Ekitike had a very good goal. and he reminds me of Firmino. He really does. And for him to score that early in his debut sends a message to Darwin Nunes. Unfortunately, he's gone now.
Actually disagree, to be honest.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Go for it. Why?
because even Nunes had a good start. I was catching up on his bio for us. He had a really good start. His first Premier League game, he had a goal as well. But I think this kid is gonna be different in so many ways. Yes, a little bit of Firmino. Him and Cody Gap were playing together. But we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. I'm trying not to be too positive with attackers because we've seen it with Nunes. We've seen it around the league as well. So I just want the best to come out of this kid. Yeah. But go back to your thoughts, please.
No, I absolutely agree with you. I'll be interested to see how he develops into the Premier League and playing a faster style of play in the Premier League with most teams. It'll be interesting to see how he adapts to that. But he looks like a very good prospect. I've always kind of kept an eye on him from a development standpoint, especially when he was in France and then Germany. But he's very good. Now, talking about your defensive line though, what do you think about the pairing between Van Dijk and Konate? Is that something that will be a lasting combination in terms of personnel, or with the rumors of Guehi from Crystal Palace coming in, do you feel like they need to go back to transfer window and buy another defender, or do you think that partnership is going to work out?
I think it's gonna work out. Starting now looking shabby is not necessarily a reflection of who they are individually or even collectively. We've seen them do wonders before now. Um, yes, Gary coming in makes us stronger. He gives us substitution power, and that's another positive from the game. When Frimpong was looking like okay, he was tired or he just had a little bit of injury, we had a strong backup coming in. So one thing that I will say about Liverpool this season for sure is how we've increased or how we've improved with our backup. So Gary coming in makes us better. Uh, Gomez can be a substitution for either one, Kanate or Van Dyke. Gary comes in, it makes us even better.
No, I agree. They have bought really well this season, and I'm still hearing rumors about Alexander Isak from Newcastle. It's going to be a very interesting front line if they can get that over the line before the end of the transfer window. But more to come. There were some rumors about some distrust and, let's just say, um, tremblings in the household of Newcastle with Isak as well. So we'll see about that. But very good game, and of course, the elephant in the room. There was a racial situation that happened in the game that I felt the entire Premier League handled very well. The coaches, the fans handled it very well, and of course that person has been reprimanded and will face, of course, charges based on things we've heard. But of course, racism has no place in the game or anywhere else in the world, and we strongly support that from a Football Amigos perspective. I like how everyone just kind of rallied around Semenyo. Wonderful player, by the way. He got his goal, and he's one that I'm going to keep an eye on. But again, a very good testament to the Premier League and how they handled that. So kudos to everyone. Moving on to our next game. Before we do that, of course, like and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts, amigos, about that game, Liverpool versus Bournemouth, ending 4-2. Of course, the celebrations at the end of scoring that last minute goal by Salah just shows how world class he is. Looking forward to seeing more of what he does for the team. From an Arsenal and Manchester United perspective, that game was the final game on Sunday, our first game. And yes, we lost the game, but watching that game, the performance was pretty lopsided. We should have won that game based on how we performed, but at the end of the day, the results count. And clearly, there was a goalkeeping error. These things happen, and Arsenal just capitalized on it. And when you have a defense that tight, it's very difficult to concede goals, and it's very difficult to score goals as an opponent. And that's what Manchester United faced. We had so many chances, we just couldn't finish it. Having Sesko definitely changed the dynamic of how we attacked. I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. They actually really played very well. They really played very well. They not only did they possess the ball very well, some players like Luke Shaw surprisingly played very well. I was shocked at how good he was. And our new signings, Cunha and Mbeumo, looked head and shoulders beyond what we've had in the past. The addition of Ahmad created more chances for us, which I think is going to be a situation now where if we need to win games, we have to bring in Ahmad on the right wing back position, because him and Dogu flying down those parts of the formation will really impact the game very well. And I like what I saw from the team. I still feel like there are holes in our midfield and goalkeeper, especially goalkeeper. And in my opinion, we need two new goalkeepers personally. But we'll see how things play out from the transfer window. I highly doubt we might make any signings, but you just never know. There's something about deadline day that just happens, which is always what we are excited for. From an Arsenal standpoint, they didn't look like they were ready for the season. They looked a little disjointed, but I think that's just normal. And especially winning the game like that, it shows a sign of champions. I have to be honest, it does. If when you are not playing well, but you still find a way to get results, that's a sign of champions. It's a known fact. So we can sit here and say, "Oh, we played so well as a United team. Did you put the ball in the back of the net?" That's the bottom line. Did you put the back of the net more than the opponents in front of you? That's the bottom line. So, a lot of things to be positive about, a lot of things to be encouraged about from a United standpoint. I don't think last season is going to be like this season. Some of the players that shouldn't be there are not there anymore. And hopefully, we officially move them on from the team. The players we've brought in need to settle, of course, as well, and understand each other. I'm optimistic, especially with the Sesko buy. I'm very optimistic, and the strikers we do have, very optimistic of how our goal scoring will change. I am yet to see if the team we have right now can get us to top five, which we would like to be, because to me, that should be our goal, top five from 15th to 5th. That's definitely a huge improvement within the space of a year. But Arsenal have a lot of work to do. That's my opinion. They have a lot of work to do, and Gokeres will come good eventually. He has the signs to be a prolific goal scorer. I don't know if he's up to Van Persie level, but he reminds me of that. We will see. However, it's going to be a situation where Arsenal will really need to start playing better, based on what I've seen. And I'm curious to hear, of course, what our resident Arsenal fan Ayo would love to say. Of course, when he comes back, Amigos, like, share, and subscribe. Don't worry, Ayo will be back. He will be, of course. I'm curious to hear what he has to say, because the Arsenal's attack looked to me like they're still trying to figure out how to connect with Gokeres. And Gokeres and Havertz are two different players. You can't really compare them. They're completely different players. So it's going to be interesting to see how they combine with him to create chances and him finishing those chances. Because we kind of saw the same thing with Man City, where when Haaland came in, there was some growing pains with playing with him, because they're so used to playing false nines with Aguero, kind of interchanging. But now you have a focal point in Haaland where he wants his ball in his feet. He wants to run into the ball and finish it. It takes a time. It takes time to adjust. But having a coach like Arteta and his coaching staff, I think it's just a matter of time. I think it's just a matter of time. I think the next two teams they meet, they will probably start to show more of themselves. United, on the other hand, our next five games are the toughest games. They really are. We play Fulham. We play Fulham game two, and then we have between Chelsea and Manchester United and Manchester City. And I mean, Lord help us, but I'm not as frightened as I was last season than this season just because of the signings we've bought. And I remember I had time on the field to really drill down his philosophy, his style of play, and execution and player actions that he needs his players to be. He also has somewhat of the players he needs to play in those different positions for execution and consistent execution as well. It looks to me that players are not just playing for themselves anymore, they're playing for the team, and that's what it should be. There's no I in team. So I like that from what I'm seeing here. The point now is to start winning games and then maybe we'll have a conversation. So more to come from both teams, of course. More to come. But yeah, well, no, we're back, amigos. We're back. We're back from a content perspective. We will have more content for you, more reactions, more predictions coming up as well. We will have some content that drills into more tactical analysis of the teams, how they're structured based on the transfer window they bought, predictions. Of course, we'll give you ours coming soon. So stay tuned. Final words, Sam.
What do you think about Chelsea?
Hmm. Interesting question. I have kept an eye on them. Of course, them winning the FIFA Club World Cup. Congratulations to Chelsea fans. I know some people might not respect the cup, but it's still a cup, and they played a lot of the best teams in the world to get there. The way their transfer window policy is baffles me. Some of the players they've bought, I would think they would have gone with other profiles, but the profile they've bought has surprised me. I don't know why they bought the lap personally. I don't know why. Chelsea is known to have prolific goal scorers as strikers in the past. He's not one. Jao Pedro is a very good player. You can play him anywhere in all three positions and he will flourish. That's going to be interesting. They have invested a lot in their wingers and we will see how many they can play in all of the different competitions they are. Granacho might be going there. I wish him the best. Let's just moving on. We obviously know reasons why off the field issues, but it's interesting how Chelsea is structured from a personnel standpoint. And them drawing to Crystal Palace was surprising because Crystal Palace should have actually won that game based on the free kick that Eze did score, but for some infringement in the box, which really wasn't anything, they disallowed the goal. Chelsea looked like they're still kind of snoozing into the season, but they do have the players to go far. I will give them that. The question will be, how quickly can they gel? That Estavio boy, let's keep an eye on him. There's something about that kid that, if he plays his card well, will move from not just a good player to a great player and hopefully world class in a very short period of time. What are your thoughts, Sam?
Yeah, looking at the Crystal Palace game, I think it's too early to make any call right now. They are so unpredictable right now. Like among every other team, I know they have a lot of new players, but I don't think they're gonna do like I don't think they're title contenders. It's too early to make that call. But looking at that game, they just don't have it in them. Liverpool, yes, I will back Liverpool because yes, somehow they find a way to win it. Arsenal is also capable of that, but I really think they should have won that game. If you really got all that money, if you got all that energy coming from a FIFA World Cup, you shouldn't be playing like that against Crystal Palace. Like you said, Crystal Palace could have won that game even without the disallowed goal. There's just um, more, I would say, at oppression from Crystal Palace compared to Chelsea. But we'll see what the season turns out, and we'll see what their next few games look like for sure.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing that. And of course, as much as I don't want to talk about them, Man City look amazing. Tottenham looks amazing. I mean, one of the best goals this week was Richarlison's goal. His second goal was just amazing. It's going to be hard to see Solanke come into that team again with their new coach from Brighton, Thomas Frank. It's going to be interesting how that team plays, but I'm excited for the season, Sam. I know you are as well, and I know our amigos are. As we mentioned, we will have more content for you. Like, share, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts about those games. Looking forward to having more of you this year, even more than before. Welcome back to the Football Amigo show. It's your boy Mide as well with Sam, our resident Liverpool fan. Of course, we are going to be talking about predictions for game two. First game, our residential fan Ayo. I will look forward to hearing what he has to say. But they'll be playing Leeds from an Arsenal standpoint. They'll be playing at the Emirates. That'll be the first game that'll be the last game on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. They're playing Leeds. Leeds won their first game. They look like a very coached team. It'll be interesting if they can be broken down by Arsenal's attack. Looking forward to that. My prediction for that game, I don't think it's going to be easy for Arsenal, especially based on their last competition that they just played. And of course, the season starting now. It might be a narrow 2-1 win for Arsenal just because of the quality they have. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's an upset. Sam, your thoughts and predictions?
I don't see it. I think this
You
is gonna be.
don't?
I think it's gonna be a quick win for us now. Probably finish the game by first half. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Leeds United showed out. They played well in the first game, but I think Arsenal is gonna come back and come back angry and just start shooting their guns.
Yeah, that's why they're called the Gunners, right? I like that. I like that connection, Sam. I like that. Like, share, subscribe, amigos. Let us know your thoughts about that game and your predictions, of course, and who you think is going to score. This might be the game Gyökeres scores his first goal. I can kind of see that. I can kind of see Saka kind of jumping in there as well too. Moving on to the second game. That game will be on Sunday. Last game of that Sunday game day. Fulham is playing at home to Manchester United. Game is at 10:30 a.m. Manchester United is playing away at Craven Cottage in London. And Fulham have not bought anyone this season, but of course there are rumors of one or two players coming in before the end of the transfer window. Fulham looks like Fulham. They know how to be consistently good at trying to not concede goals. They will score when when they can. Muniz has already started scoring again. I think he's a very good striker. I don't know why a team hasn't looked into him, and I think he's going to stay in Fulham this season. My hope is United get their shooting boots on and start scoring some goals. I can see this game being a 2-0 win for Manchester United. It'll be very interesting to see how Fulham play or the first 20 minutes. And hopefully we see Sesko starting lineup and hopefully spearhead our attack moving forward. Sam, your thoughts and predictions on that game?
I think this is Man United's first win of the season.
I
Uh,
hope so. I hope so.
However, Fulham they have a way of upsetting you, man. They can score. Of course, defense is their problem, but they can upset you. They can annoy you. So if Man United score first in this game, they'll probably get a tie out of it. But honestly, I see Man United winning the game eventually. The 1-0 is my prediction. Yeah.
1-0 is a fair prediction. I would take 1-0 right now for sure and just start the season with 3 points. At this point, 3 points is currency to us. It's value to us for sure. Amigos, like, share, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts about that game as well. And of course, your predictions and why. Would love to see those. And then the final game for the week is on Monday, August the 25th. Newcastle is playing at home to Liverpool. Liverpool's playing away. It's one of those games where it could go either way, but Liverpool have enough firepower to overcome, especially this season. I can see a 3-1 win for Liverpool. I can see Newcastle scoring against them and making it 1-1. And then for some reason, Liverpool changed their gears again. It's going to be an interesting game to see. It'll be interesting to see how the interactions of both clubs play out on the field because one is trying to buy the other one's top striker from last season. It's going to be interesting how they play out. I see Liverpool winning that game 3-1. Sam, your thoughts and predictions?
Yeah, I think this is a game that will let us know where Isak is going. Whoever wins the game gets Isak.
That's a little interesting, just like that. Okay.
Yeah. But no, I think both teams have a lot of respect for each other. I don't see anybody taking Isak's situation, um, taking that to heart or showing that on the pitch. Personally, I don't want him in Liverpool because there's too much noise around him. For sure, I don't like drama. But going back to the game, I actually do see a draw in this game. I see a draw. Liverpool narrowly winning this game. Newcastle is not a joke. They're coming out with fierceness, anger, whatever it is that I'll call it. Of course, their attacker, their strong striker is probably not gonna be in the game. Um, that gives us points. It gives us more opportunity, but I don't see us just cruising through them. I think it's gonna be a battle for Liverpool. So I see a 1-0 or 2-1 or 1-1 at the worst case scenario.
Close game. Close game. I can definitely see a close game as well too. It'll be interesting. I still feel Liverpool have enough firepower to overcome Newcastle though. Especially with the purchases they've bought this season. I still think they will. But of course, everyone is entitled to their opinions in the Football Amigo show. Amigos, we want to hear your opinions for that third game as well. Like, share, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts about that game, your predictions, and who you think is going to score. Honorary mention there are some derby games coming up this week as well. By the way, amigos, I love how we get to have games on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday the whole weekend games. It's just amazing. Like it's just like Christmas again. But there is a London derby between West Ham and Chelsea on Friday. That's going to be a fun game. West Ham need to start playing better if they want to survive in the Premier League. And of course, Saturday, Man City is playing Tottenham.
That's the
I
big one.
love to see that. That's the big one.
Yeah,
That's the big one because the way Tottenham played this weekend was very impressive. They won 3-0, played very well, controlled the game. He used the same players, but they played completely different from the previous coach. It's going to be interesting how those teams play against each other. Sam, which of those two games are you looking forward to watching, and what are your predictions for that favorite one?
man. Big respect to our Chelsea fan. I'm not interested in that game. I'm just gonna see it because I wanna, enjoy the game. I have something to talk about. West Ham is now, like you said, if they're not careful, they're gonna get kicked out this season. They've been hanging around for so long with their mediocrity. Um, so if Chelsea is gonna start doing, if Chelsea is gonna start doing, I don't even know, lack of tactical. I don't know. I don't even know what to call it now. If Chelsea
Tactical execution.
Yeah, tactical execution. Thank you. If they can't get it right, it sucks to be them. To be honest, if they can't spend all of that money, have all this energy, and they still cannot get it right. Um, I am looking forward to the Tottenham, Man City Tottenham. I don't have any prediction for that game. To be honest, I just want to see how Tottenham is going to line up and what Man City is going to do. Of course, Man City's got some newbies there. They have a lot of energies. It looks like they are connected. They're playing together. So we'll see what happens in that game. That's going to be an exciting one. Yeah.
It's awesome. Awesome. Looking forward to game two. Amigos, like, share, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts about those games. I hope you enjoy them. As always, amigos, we'll see you in the next content. Stay positive. Thank you so much.